Hold on. You said LeBron James the greatest player ever?
Ever.
What about Michael and Kobe?
I'm never comparing legacy.
Okay.
The legacies are completely different. LeBron's not done yet. Michael Jordan undefeated in NBA Finals. I'm not comparing the nostalgia of Michael Jordan.
Could LeBron James's relentless pursuit of greatness be overshadowed by a hidden scandal in Michael Jordan's career? Is the GOAT debate more controversial than we ever imagined? Could a decade-old stat controversy dethrone Michael Jordan as the GOAT? Let's get into it. Air Jordan or LeBron the Black Jesus? A debate as intense and controversial as choosing Biden or Trump, or arguably for basketball fans, a debate with more technical points analyzed by stats, honors, longevity, competition phased, and team impact. But wait, why do we even need an answer to that? We choose our immortal heroes of greatness in the arena of sports because it excites us with passion and loyalty, and thus it gives us an adrenaline rush while supporting a team. It is impossible to watch a sport truly without having an ideal player to compare the standards of other players. The comparison between Michael Jordan and LeBron James is an ongoing debate that spans across generations of basketball enthusiasts. Both players have indelible marks on the NBA, each with unique strengths that define their respective legacies. Michael Jordan, revered for his unparalleled scoring ability, defensive prowess, and 6 championships with the Chicago Bulls, symbolizes the epitome of dominance and clutch performances in basketball history. His impact transcends the sport, influencing global culture and cementing himself as a cultural icon. On the other hand, LeBron James, known for his versatility, basketball IQ, and longevity, has reshaped the modern NBA with his unique blend of athleticism and playmaking. With 4 championships spread across 3 teams and a remarkable streak of consistent greatness over 2 decades, LeBron has proven his ability to elevate teammates and adapt his game to different eras. Both players have redefined what it means to be a superstar in basketball, leaving behind legacies that continue to inspire and ignite passionate debates amongst fans and analysts alike. Let's take a look at their respective achievements and records, starting with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has 6 NBA championships, 5 MVP awards, 10 scoring titles, 14 All-Star appearances, and 2 Olympic gold medals. LeBron James, on the other hand, has 4 NBA championships, 4 MVP awards, 17 All-Star appearances, 2 Olympic gold medals, and he's also the all-time leader in playoff points. Social media is awash with debates between fans. One tweet captures the essence by saying MJ made basketball global, LeBron made it positionless. Both changed the game forever. Another fan wrote, LeBron is the GOAT for his longevity and versatility, but MJ's killer instinct and undefeated finals record are unmatched. Now let's look at the coaches and supporting cast. Michael Jordan had the privilege of being coached by Phil Jackson, one of the most successful and respected coaches in NBA history. Jackson's implementation of the triangle offense was crucial to maximizing Jordan's and the team's effectiveness. Jordan also played alongside Hall of Famers Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, who were instrumental in the Bulls' 6 championships. Pippen was known for his defensive prowess and versatility, while Rodman was a rebounding and defensive specialist. LeBron James has had a variety of coaches, including Eric Spoelstra, Tyronn Lue, and Frank Vogel, all of whom played significant roles in his championship run. LeBron's ability to adapt to different coaching styles and systems is a testament to his basketball IQ. His supporting cast has included All-Stars and Hall of Famers like Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis. These players provided critical support, allowing LeBron to focus on his strengths and excel in key moments. Impact of moving the three-point line back. The three-point line was introduced in the NBA for the 1979 and 1980 season, revolutionizing the game by rewarding players who could score from long range. In 1994, the NBA shortened the three-point line to 22 feet uniformly around the arc to increased scoring. However, this change was reverted back to the original 23.75 feet at the top of the key and 22 feet in the corners from the 1997 to 1998 season, which marked the end of Michael Jordan's career with the Chicago Bulls. This move has led to speculations that the original three-point line distance was reinstated to preserve Michael Jordan's scoring legacy and make it more challenging for future players to surpass his achievements. This change potentially affected the number of players who could dominate from beyond the arc, thus impacting comparisons of scoring efficiency and versatility. Michael Jordan was not primarily known for his three-point shooting, particularly early in his career. His game was more focused on mid-range jumpers or mid-range jump shots, drives to the basket, and acrobatic finishes. Over his career, Jordan had 32.7 shooting percentage from beyond the arc. While he had some memorable three-point performances, such as his shrug game in the 1992 NBA Finals, the three-point line distance changes had minimal impact on his overall scoring ability, as his primary offensive tools were his mid-range game and post moves. LeBron's game, on the other hand, has evolved to including a more significant reliance on the three-point shot. LeBron has a career three-point shooting percentage of 34.5%, and his ability to hit long-range shots has become a crucial part of his offensive arsenal, especially in recent years. The changes in the three-point line distance during and after Jordan's era present a different challenge for LeBron, who has adapted his game to include a more versatile scoring approach. Moving the three-point line back will present a challenge, but LeBron's adaptability and skill development suggest that he will adjust his game accordingly. His versatility allows him to score in various ways, whether through drives, post moves, or mid-range jump shots. In preparation for Paris 2024, LeBron James has showcased his dominant form in the exhibition games, leading Team USA in several key statistics in points, assists, and field goal percentages. With points, he has 73 points. He also has 18 assists, and his field goal percentage is 63%. These stats highlight LeBron's continued excellence and his pivotal role in driving Team USA's performance as they prepare for the Olympics. Let's look at their comparative statistics. In their prime, Jordan averaged 30.1 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game. LeBron averages 27.1 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 7.4 assists per game. Now, let's look at their controversies. With greatness comes great controversies. Media journalists and fans all have tried to make controversies and propaganda against players.
Yeah, 2 points, and you gonna say he played? Yeah, 2 more points than me.
One such controversy in Jordan's career is the questioning of his defensive accolades. Michael Jordan's legacy and the controversy around his Defensive Player of the Year award center around an article written by Tom Haberstraw from Yahoo Sports. Haberstraw questions the legitimacy of Jordan's 1987 to 1988 NBA season's Defensive Player of the Year award in this fiercely contested article. Yes, you heard that right. He challenged the credibility of the GOAT. He speculates that advantageous scoring practices by home stat keepers may have inflated Jordan's defensive stats, especially blocks and steals. Haberstraw argues that there is a significant disparity between Jordan's defensive stats at home games versus away games during the 1987 and 1988 season. Now, the question is whether Haberstraw is lying about it or if the record keepers did tamper with his stats and exaggerated them. Behold, we will unlock this mystery. Just wait and watch. Haberstraw claims that Jordan's home stats, such as steals, were noticeably higher than his stats on the road. This, according to him, raises questions about the authenticity of Jordan's defensive prowess that season. He stresses it a little more or a little too far in his articles. He compares Jordan's performances with other players of his time. Haberstraw compares Jordan's stats to other Defensive Players of the Year winners, implying that their defensive performances were more consistent across different game locations. He highlights players like Alvin Robertson, whose steals were more evenly distributed between home and away games, unlike Jordan's. Let's not forget that people were always on Jordan's back for not being a good defender and for focusing more on scoring rather than helping the team with defensive framework. But when he actually won Defensive Player of the Year in 1988, they said that the records were tempered. Who is right and who is wrong? Let's figure it out. In the middle of it, this article reveals its true intention beyond statistical discrepancies. It tries to explore broader aspects, and it touches on the evolving perception of Jordan's legacy compared to contemporary players like LeBron James. Haberstraw's critique is framed in a way that suggests modern analytics and scrutiny might cast doubt on historical achievements, potentially revising our understanding of Jordan's dominance. Critics of Haberstraw's article argue that it selectively interprets data to fit a narrative rather than providing a comprehensive analysis. They point out that defensive statistics can naturally vary based on game circumstances and team strategies, and Jordan's overall impact on the game goes beyond mere statistical comparisons. In this research, Haberstraw questions Jordan's Defensive Player of the Year award in 1987 and 1988, implying 88 was undeserved. However, Jordan's defensive stats consistently ranked at the top. In 1987, he was top 3 in defensive win shares, top 6 in plus minus, and first in steals among guards, outperforming Cooper. The narrative ignores Jordan's defensive prowess amidst heavy offensive duties. The claim of stats inflation lacks context. Jordan's workload was justified by his impact on both ends. With Pippen and Grant in 1988, his scoring dipped, yet steals rose, reflecting his shift to defensive focus. Haberstraw overlooks 1980s NBA competitiveness. Jordan's DPOY wins were earned through dominance, not inflated stats. In Haberstraw's article, we also need to confront his sources and dissect them. References, often regarded as the holy grail of credibility, are frequently misleading. They cherry-pick stats and manipulate narratives to fit their agendas. This isn't journalism, it's sensationalism. Ironically, in questioning Air Jordan's achievements, Tom has relied heavily on statistics sourced from unrelated eras and teams.
Gap between road steals and home steals. I had to get into this story and dive down deeper, and it only began there.
For example, take Alex Rucker's claims about John Stockton's assists in Utah. Bold assertions, but where's the game film to back it up? Context matter. Is technology to blame for controversial results? We can't truly identify. However, criticizing Jordan based on disconnected stats is like comparing apples to oranges. It's lazy journalism, fishing for clicks by tarnishing a legend's reputation. If we are to dissect greatness, let's do it right, with thorough research, balanced perspectives, and respect for the game's history. Jordan's achievements speak volumes. Let's not diminish them with cherry-picked data and empty claims. Michael Jordan's legacy, like any icon's, deserves fair scrutiny, not targeted takedowns marked as analysis. But let's see if, on the basic comparison, LeBron James has been left alone by the fans or journalists or not. In LeBron's case, it's mostly the self-sabotaging remarks that has taken the major chunk of his reputation. LeBron James's supporters don't leave the poor guy alone. They take digs at him every now and then.
LeBron, how does it feel to be a pussy-ass bitch?
Hey, watch your mouth, woman!
LeBron James, fixated on surpassing Michael Jordan, faced a torrent of controversies. From the decision in 2010, spurned Cleveland, to his not 1, not 2, not 7 boast in Miami, he polarized fans. Dubbed LeGon for his one-year contracts and power plays, he alienated teammates and earned ire even in his hometown.
He deserves everything he gets. I hope he never wins anything in Miami.
His remarks were made highly controversial because what he said was maybe superficially impossible. While returning to Cleveland to win their first title in 2016 seemed redemptive, he wielded his influence like a tyrant, dictating trades and salaries. Now, moving Coming to LA promised control, but backfired with awkwardly serious commercials and backlash over his China stance, prioritizing profits over principle. LeBron's reputation as a champion of justice deteriorated as a result of criticism for his staged reading sessions and weak activism. Even yet, his legacy is precarious. He has a slim chance of matching Michael Jordan's 6 rings, and his influence in the NBA and future in Los Angeles are still up for debate. Love him or hate him, LeBron's constant self-sabotage obscures his incredible achievements in his pursuit of GOAT status. The story does not end here, or it takes passes through other crossroads in determining who's the GOAT of controversy. Jordan was well known for treating his teammates with severe demands at times. His drive for success at any cost and his competitive attitude occasionally caused arguments and damaged relationships within the Chicago Bulls organization. In the annals of NBA history, few stories rival the intensity and drama of Michael Jordan's infamous punch-up with Steve Kerr. Strap in as we dive into the spicy details of this legendary clash. Imagine this: a ferocious 1993 training camp session, and Steve Kerr, a fierce competitor and someone of unwavering desire, was up against Jordan. Kerr was bigger than him, but he was not going to back down. When the trash talk degenerated to physical altercation, Jordan struck Kerr, leaving him with a black eye. Jordan was expelled from practice due to the extreme intensity of the situation. This is where the narrative takes a turn though. Jordan and Kerr's competition turned into respect for one another despite their fight. Let's go back to the era of the Chicago Bulls dynasty. They were an impressive squad that won 3 straight NBA titles. Talk about overcoming hardships to achieve success. Let's shift our attention to LeBron James. In terms of playing style and personality, maybe we're taking a 180-degree shift, but not in terms of being controversial. LeBron James is more than just a basketball legend. He's a lightning rod for controversy that has completely changed the NBA landscape with his cunning GM techniques, cryptic tweets, and turbulence in the locker room. James, as it sounds, dragged himself into the swarm of controversies. Let's go back to 2010 and the moment LeBron stunned everyone with the decision.
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Moving from Cleveland to Miami set off a hateful tempest. Supporters set fire to his jersey, detractors labeled him a betrayer, and the press vilified him. In the span of a New York minute, LeBron turned from hero to villain. Are you able to tolerate the heat? Let's investigate. LeBron James dominated not only the field, but also off it while playing for the Miami Heat. The GM was operating at full capacity, General Manager LeBron. He exerted pressure on coaches, pushed trades, and even had chessboard-like control over the roster. But were his teammates unable to put up with his insatiable need for power? You can't ignore him whether you love him or hate him. Like his dunks, his conflicts are legendary. LeBron James, however, remains a force to be reckoned with in the NBA, keeping everyone on their toes despite all the chaos. When it comes to legends of the game, talking about the GOAT of basketball, LeBron James is always ill-favored. Magic Johnson very conveniently said in an interview, "First of all, let's not take anything away from LeBron James," Johnson said, because LeBron James is a great basketball player, one of the all-time greatest that has ever played the game. LeBron James, to me, when you think about all-around basketball players, he's probably the best of all time, an all-around basketball player. But when you want to say who is the greatest ever, it's still Michael Jordan. Shaq drops bombshell. Now, this reveals why Jordan's reign as the greatest of all time, from locker room insight to on-court dominance. Discover Shaq's candid take on MJ's legacy and why he stands above the rest in NBA history. Don't miss this revealing revelation. On a podcast, when Shaq was asked this question, he had a very assuasive answer to who is the GOAT. He says, "I'm going to have to say Michael Jordan because Mike paved the way for all the great guys that we have now. And 6 championships, or 6-0 in the finals without a legitimate big man. He went through a lot. Took a year off, came back back and won 3 in a row. He's definitely the greatest player. Why MJ trumps LeBron? Let's deep dive into Nash's electrifying insights as he unveils the untold reason behind his steadfast belief in Michael Jordan's unparalleled greatness over LeBron James. He says, I think MJ is my guy for sure. When you talk about LeBron and Kobe, I totally understand why people have LeBron where he is, first or second in many people's eyes. When you look at the whole picture of everything LeBron has done over the course of his career, it's hard to argue with. I think at his best, Kobe is right up with any of them. I don't know where the knock is, but when he was flying and playing at his best, he was as good as we've ever seen. Does that prove anything? Most definitely not. In the competitive world of NBA legends, very few disputes pit LeBron and Michael Jordan. Shaq's shocking support of Jordan as the greatest of all time sparked a furor that echoed Steve Nash's unwavering position. Shaq's opinion that the MJ era was the pinnacle of excellence is reinforced by Nash's revelation, which presents a clear picture of Jordan's unparalleled supremacy. From Shaq's overweight viewpoint, Michael Jordan's influence went beyond the realm of sports, molding a generation with his unwavering determination and unparalleled victories. In agreement, Nash described Jordan's strategic brilliance and intense rivalries, which distinguished him from all opponents, including LeBron. Their voices, supported by decades of NBA anecdotes, enhanced the reputation of Michael Jordan as a master craftsman who, with unmatched skill and unwavering resolve, fashioned basketball history. Every victory and MVP further cements Michael Jordan's place in the annals of sports immortality. It becomes evident as we peel back the layers of mystery surrounding these titans that the MJ era was more than just a basketball sensation. His lasting impact is proof of a unique force that molded a generation and gave rise to many ambitions. Ultimately, Shaq and Nash's beliefs are more than just viewpoints. They are homages to a legend who went beyond the realm of sports and had a lasting impression on the emotions and thoughts of followers everywhere. The argument still rages on in the notorious halls of basketball history. Who is controversially greater, MJ or LeBron? Each has left a glorious legacy, but whose narrative resounds louder with the echoes of triumph and the quest for immortality? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. But yeah, one more thing. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button with the buzzer beater and swish that like button for more legendary basketball content. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.